Part 2. Directions. In this part, you will hear 3 conversations. The conversations will not be repeated. There are 4 questions for each conversation. For each question, choose the right answer, A, B, C, or D. Then on the answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Questions 9 to 12. First, you have some time to look at questions 9 to 12. Now, listen carefully and answer questions 9 to 12.
Hi, Yun. As you know, I've asked you here today to discuss the future of our Self-Access Centre. We have to decide what we want to do about this very important resource for our English language students. So, can you tell me what the students think about this?
Well, from the students' point of view, we would like to keep it. The majority of students say that they enjoy using it because it provides a variation on the classroom routine, and they see it as a pretty major component of their course. But we would like to see some improvements to the equipment, particularly the computers. There aren't enough for one each at the moment, and we always have to share.
Well, yes, the teachers agree that it is a very valuable resource. But one thing we have noticed is that a lot of the students are using it to check their personal emails. We don't want to stop you students using it, but we think the computers should be used as a learning resource, not for emails. Some of us also think that we could benefit a lot more by relocating the Self-Access Centre to the main university library building. How do you think the students would feel about that, Yun?
Well, the library is big enough to incorporate the Self-Access Centre, but it wouldn't be like a class activity anymore. Our main worry would be not being able to go to a teacher for advice. I'm sure there would be plenty of things to do, but we really need teachers to help us choose the best activities.
Well, there would still be a teacher present and he or she would guide the activities of the students. We wouldn't just leave them to get on with it.
Yes, but I think the students would be much happier keeping the existing setup. They really like going to the Self-Access Centre with their teacher and staying together as a group to do activities. If we could just improve the resources and facilities, I think it would be fine. Is the cost going to be a problem?
It's not so much the expense that I'm worried about, and we've certainly got room to do it, but it's the problem of timetabling a teacher to be in there outside class hours. If we're going to spend a lot of money on equipment and resources, we really need to make sure that everything is looked after properly. Anyway, let's make some notes to see just what needs doing to improve the centre.
Question 13 to 16.
First, you have some time to look at questions 13 to 16. Now, listen carefully and answer questions 13 to 16.
Excuse me, I was told to come here for advice about management diploma courses.
You've certainly come to the right place. Hi, my name is Monica.
Nice to meet you. My name is Andrew Harris.
So, Andrew, have you seen our diploma course prospectus yet?
Yes, I've already looked at it. In fact, I thought the information on course content was really useful. But I'm afraid I'm a bit confused by all the different ways you can do the course. Full-time intensive, part-time, and so on.
Well, let's see if I can help. I think each course type has its advantages and disadvantages, so it really depends on you, your own study habits, and your financial circumstances, of course. Are you working at the moment?
Yes, I've been working in the administration section of the local hospital for the last 3 years. And before that, I worked in the office of a computer engineering company for 2 years. So I've got about 5 years of relevant work experience. And what I'm hoping to focus on is personnel management.
I see. And are you planning to leave your current job to study, or are you thinking about just taking a year off?
I want to know what my options are, really. I don't want to quit my job or anything, and my employers are keen for me to get some more qualifications, but obviously it would be better if I could do a course without taking too much time away from work.
Right. So you don't really want to do the full-time course, then?
No, not really. It's also a question of finances. You see, my office have agreed to pay the cost of the course itself, but I would have to take unpaid leave if I want to study full-time, and, well, I don't think I could afford to support myself with no salary for a whole year.
OK. Well, you have two other possibilities. You could either do the part-time course, that would be over 2 years, and you wouldn't have to take any time off work, or you could do what we call a modular course. You could do that in 18 months if you wanted, or longer. It's quite flexible, and it would be up to you.
So what does the part-time course involve?
For that, you would join an evening class and have a lecture twice a week. Then you'd have to attend a seminar or discussion workshop 1 weekend a month.
What kind of coursework would I have to do?
Well, it's a mixture. You'd be expected to write an essay each month, which counts towards your final assessment. You have a case study to do by the end of the course, which might involve doing a survey or something like that. And also you need to hand in a short report every 4 weeks.
So that's quite a lot of work then, on top of working every day. It sounds like a lot of studying, and really tiring.
Yeah, you certainly wouldn't have much free time.
Question 17 to 20.
First, you have some time to look at questions 17 to 20. Now, listen carefully and answer questions 17 to 20.
Hi, I have some questions about housing.
Well, you're in the right place. What can I help you with?
Okay. Since this academic year is almost over, everybody's talking about arranging housing for next semester. The thing is, everyone I know is planning on living in the dorms again, and what I want to know is there a way that I can apply to live off campus?
What year are you?
I'm a first year now, but I'll be a second-year student next semester.
I see. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but off-campus housing is reserved for third and fourth years, so it's not an option for you.
I was afraid of that. See, I live in a single room in the dorms now, but it's just too loud for me. It's really distracting, and more importantly, it's really affected my grades this year. I mean, usually I'm a straight A student, but this semester I earned 3 B's and 1 C. That's the first C I've ever gotten, and it's all because it's next to impossible to study in my dorm room.
Is the issue that your neighbors are too loud? I mean, we have policies about loudness in the dorms. Officially, quiet hours are from midnight to 7 a.m. If the people in your dorm aren't following the rules, they can get punished by the university.
No, it's not that at all. Nobody ever made noise during quiet hours. It's just that in order for me to study, I need complete silence, you know? Even the sound of people talking in the next room just kills my concentration.
Well, have you tried studying in the library? A lot of students find that it's easier to study in a library environment. It's a lot quieter than the dorms, for sure.
I know, but, well, I usually can't start studying until pretty late at night when the library's already closed. Plus, I guess I just prefer to study at home. I think that with my study style and my schedule, it's just better if I live alone off campus. If you don't mind me asking, why is it that only third and fourth years are allowed to live off campus?
There are a couple of reasons, actually. For one, living on campus is just more convenient for underclassmen. I mean, that way you're much closer to your classes, the dining halls, and all the other campus facilities. Most students, especially those in their first and second years, have enough to worry about. By being on campus, they're close to services when they need them. Also, the university really prefers that students live in the dorms for 2 years because of the social environment. In the dorms, you get to meet people who are in the same situation that you're in. In that way, you have a lot of support from other students and friends.
You're definitely right that there are benefits, being close to things and having your friends around. It's just too bad. I think I'd be able to get better grades if I had my own quiet space for studying.
Well, there is the quiet dorm. Have you thought about applying to live there?
I don't think I've heard of that. What's the quiet dorm?
It's a special dormitory on campus, especially for students like you who need a silent space to study in. If you decide to live there, you have to sign a contract that basically promises that you won't make any excessive noise. That means no music and no loud talking. Keep in mind, there's a resident advisor there at all times to enforce the rules.
Wow, that sounds perfect for me. How can I apply to live there?
You just need to fill out this special housing form. Here, let's see. Okay, here's a copy. You fill this out and bring it back to us.
Great! And how long do I have to wait to find out if I can live there or not?
We'll make the announcement the same time as other housing decisions, in 2 weeks.
Okay, I'll fill it out now then. Thanks for all your help.
That is the end of Part 2.